everyone, we're going to do chapter 3 on knowing ourselves. Okay, so during a time of revival, we usually can't see ourselves very clearly, and this is because we tend to feel optimistic and good about everything. We feel like we don't have any problems. But once this excitement dies down, we are able to see things more clearly and we are able to see our weaknesses. We no longer feel satisfied and our true condition is partially exposed. And this can be seen similarly when you see a mirage. A person who is by the sea might see a city in the sky, but this is actually a refraction of light reflecting a distant city so that it appears to be in the sky. The city looks real, but it is actually false. So when a person is revived, he sees something, but there is no reality in what he sees. And this can also be likened to a reef near the surface of the sea. When the tide is high, you can't see the reef, but once the tide is low, the reef is exposed. When we are revived, our weaknesses are covered, but once the high tide recedes, our true condition is exposed. Therefore, after revival, our real condition will be manifested and we will see our weaknesses. But seeing our weaknesses is not necessarily a bad thing.
So it's not a bad thing because our weaknesses allow us to genuinely experience and know Christ. Actually, in order to genuinely know Christ, we must first discover our weaknesses. So for example, we could learn and hear a lot about Christ's redemption, but unless we realize that we are sinners and that we sin, we won't really be able to experience the redemption of Christ. Also, we need to remember that revival is not once for all. We go through cycles of revival, and this means that the more we are revived, the more we experience and know Christ. This also means that if our revival stops, then our knowledge of Christ will also stop. So it's actually really good that we have weaknesses and that we know them, because these weaknesses enable us to know a certain characteristic of Christ that can actually deal with our weaknesses. So the more we experience and know these characteristics of Christ, the more we will be revived, and actually we will also be immediately revived.
So, according to the law of revival, during our spiritual life, we will experience several cycles of revival. And after we're being revived, we might sense a feeling of unsatisfaction after a period of time. But the feeling of unsatisfaction, low or down, is not necessarily a bad thing because it prepares us for another new cycle of revival. It is through this repeated cycle of revival that we can go on and gain genuine growth in life.